This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. For many years, the question has been asked, why does Donald Trump show so much deference to Vladimir Putin and to Russia? What motivation would there be for Donald Trump to want to dissolve NATO, whose sole founding goal and objective was to protect the West from the Soviet Union? And then they recalibrated after the fall of the Soviet Union and had a different mission. Still, a binding together in unity of the North Atlantic countries and the United States to protect one another. That goal soon realized itself to be still aligned to the threat that Russia posed. But there's no need for the United States to dissolve such a worthwhile and useful. The efficacy of NATO has proved itself because of the fact of no armed conflicts among those nations. That's just one element, though, of why it's so strange that Donald Trump would want to dissolve NATO. It also, if you've been watching me for any time at all, or going back a ways anyway, you'd know that the day that I started calling for the impeachment of Donald Trump is when he stood shoulder to shoulder in Helsinki with Vladimir Putin and said that, look, I know what the intelligence structure of the United States says about the election interference of Russia into our democracy in 2016, but Vladimir Putin says he didn't do it. I have no reason to believe he would. That's the moment that Donald Trump committed treason in my eyes, and I started calling for his impeachment. Well, there's been a lot of talk about compromise, that Russia has the dirt on Donald Trump, and a lot of it gets kind of fanciful with the P-tape, and a lot of people believe it's too far-fetched. I'm not necessarily one of them, but I've held out. I don't know. And this new information, The Guardian did some reporting, I'm going to read from the Daily Beast here, that it might be true, that a leak has emerged from not the Pentagon, from the Kremlin, and it contains some damaging information relative to the motivations of Russia to get Donald Trump elected. I'm going to read a little bit from this summation in the Daily Beast. This article reported Kremlin leak appears to confirm existence of Trump compromise. A document believed to be from the Kremlin cryptically refers to, quote-unquote, certain events that happened during Trump's non-official visit to Russian Federation territory. For years, there have been whispers that the Russian government holds compromising materials on Donald Trump. Now, an alleged leak from the heart of the Kremlin appears to show them boasting about compromise. Now look, leaks out of the Kremlin are far more rare than leaks out of the White House or out of the Pentagon or out of Congress. The infrastructure of people who are loyal to the state and keeping the secrets is not there's not as many people as in Russia, because punishments don't get handed out here like they do in Russia. If you're an opponent of Vladimir Putin, you find yourself on the dirty end of poison. You find yourself murdered. You find yourself jumped off a bridge. You find yourself crashed in a car. That doesn't happen here. So people are more willing to come forward with material that might be damaging to the state. So this is rare, which gives me a little bit of pause as to just the accuracy of it. But let's move on. The supposed leak obtained by The Guardian reportedly claims that President Vladimir Putin personally approved a nefarious plan to throw Russia's support behind Trump's 2016 campaign. The document states that Putin, his spy chiefs, and top ministers agreed that a victory for a mentally unstable Trump would permanently weaken the United States. The document also reportedly states that the Kremlin has so-called compromise, or damaging intelligence on Trump. It cryptically refers to certain events that happened during non-official visits to Russian Federation territory. The purported leak doesn't explain what those events involved, only referring to an appendix that wasn't attached to the obtained document. The Daily Beast has not reviewed the supposed Kremlin leak. The Guardian has not definitively proven it to be authentic. However, it has quoted experts on Russian spy agencies and Kremlin diplomacy who say they have no reason to doubt that the document is genuine. Some previous media allegations, based on intelligence reports, have ultimately proven to be wrong. So that's where we are. I would not be running around with like a chicken with my head cut off, because more reporting needs to be done on this. But initially, does it seem like something that absolutely could be real? Yes. And I say that because of the fact that it is still perplexing trying to find a reason that Donald Trump would show so much deference to a hostile foreign power. Donald Trump, on occasion, in his love affair with Kim Jong-un, his words, not mine, did have things negative to say. Remember, fire and fury, the likes of which he had bad things to say about everybody at some point. Xi Jinping, never for Vladimir Putin. Not a crossword. The strong man was afraid of Vladimir Putin. It was clear and apparent. Why would that be? It defies logic that it is just, he happens to like the fella. Seems to me, and I consider myself a reasonable individual, it seems to me that they have something on him. So the possibility that this is true, I think, is of higher likelihood than not. But I'm holding out. I'm going to wait on more reporting, because if someone's leaking to The Guardian, they're certainly going to be leaking to other U.S.-based media outlets. And then the vetting will take place, because I think our journalistic standards here in the United States are high. That might be Pollyanna-ish of me. Maybe that's, maybe I'm a rube, but I don't think so. I'm going to wait and see on this, but it could be a big deal, especially if proof comes out, because, I mean, nothing will shatter the diehards' confidence in Donald Trump. Nothing's going to assuage their fandom of him, but certainly it could damage him in the minds of the somewhat reasonable who still support Donald Trump and his agenda and his family. Anyway, I'd love to know what you think about this. Am I too cautious? Am I right on point? Am I out of my mind? You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for engaging with my content. Thanks for following me on social media. I would love to connect with you there if you haven't already. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok now. I put short clips of this, more tightly edited together on there. And if you would like to support my work because you feel that I bring you some value, I would appreciate you just considering it. You can click the join button below this video. Check out what's involved. For as little as $2 a month, you can become a channel member and support my work. If signing up for another thing is too much and you already have a Patreon account, you can support me on Patreon. It's patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. That does not just support the podcast, although it does. It also supports me here and all of the media creation we do. I appreciate you guys. I love you. I will see you next time. Until I do, be genuine. Keep your head on a swivel. Take care of one another.